Welcome back, Crypt fam. You're tuning into another episode of the Crypt Door Podcast. I'm your host, Tony, and today's journey takes us across the Atlantic, deep into one of the most iconic burial grounds in the entire world, Highgate Cemetery in London. Now, this is a bucket list episode of the Crypt Door Podcast because this cemetery is definitely on my bucket list. And like I said, I'm working on my passport, so at some point in the future, I can make that happen. Today is August 8th, 2025, at the time of this recording. Today is my late father's birthday. He passed away in 2021. Happy 82nd birthday, Dad. It never gets easier without you. Always on my mind. Rest in peace. I love you, and this episode is dedicated to you. Now, I've never been there. Well, not yet. But this place is etched into my travel bucket list with blood red ink. Today, we're going to explore everything from its haunting architecture, famous burials, bizarre legends, and even claims of a vampire haunting the grounds. So light a candle, pour yourself something dark, and settle in. Because today, we're going beyond the gates of Highgate. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Highgate Cemetery opened in 1839, part of the Magnificent Seven, to handle London's overflowing graveyards. It was a time of population boom, and with disease spreading from packed churchyards, the city needed a new solution. Enter garden cemeteries, tranquil, expansive, and ornate. Highgate was more than a burial ground. It was a showcase. Families competed for the most elaborate mausoleums, with Egyptian-style tombs, Gothic chapels, and Victorian angels carved into stone. Split into east and west cemeteries, Highgate was a place where the living once came to picnic among the dead. Can you imagine? If I ever get there, I think I'd just wander in silence for hours. Let those ancient tombs whisper their secrets. Now, who's buried at Highgate? Let's talk names. From what I understand, in the East Cemetery, you'll find Karl Marx, the philosopher whose ideas shook the world. His massive tomb features a giant bust, and it's become a pilgrimage site for both admirers and critics. Nearby, George Eliot, aka Mary Ann Evans, one of the greatest writers in British literature. But it's the West Cemetery where things get more dramatic. It's only accessible by guided tour, and it's home to winding catacombs, the Circle of Lebanon, and vaults carved into hillsides. Now that is more my jam. I'm digging on that. I want to see the stat someday. Among the interred are Michael Faraday, the scientist who helped harness electricity, and Christina Rossetti, the poet. It's wild to think so many cultural giants are resting there, and they're just a part of the story. Highgate isn't just famous for who's buried there, it's how they're buried. This place is a visual feast for any tomb lover. The Circle of Lebanon? Picture a sunken ring of vaults surrounding a giant cedar tree. It looks like something out of Tim Burton's films, or an ancient necropolis. Then you've got the Egyptian Avenue, with its towering arch and Eye of Horus carvings. Gravestones are draped in ivy. Mausoleums are cracked but still standing, like stone corpses refusing to decay. Winged hourglasses, weeping angels, broken columns. Every symbol tells a story of grief, memory, or mortality. If I go, I'll be photographing every corner, trust me. But I'll also just listen. There's a weight to places like this. Now, a while back, I asked you all online if you've ever been to Highgate or if it's on your bucket list, and your responses were incredible. Sarah from Connecticut wrote, Tony, I went to Highgate in 2018, It was the eeriest, most beautiful place I've ever seen. I cried standing in front of the Circle of Lebanon. I hope you get there soon. Well, thank you, Sarah. I hope so too. It is definitely on the list. One of my all times. Marcus in Oregon said, "It's my dream too. I even saved the cemetery's brochure as a screensaver." Yep. Put it out there in the universe. Keep it out there and keep it in your sights as somewhere to go. Thank you, Marcus. Jules from the UK sent this. Don't skip the West Side tour. It's theatrical, informative, and absolutely chilling. Well, Jules, I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you very much. This community is incredible, guys. Thank you all so much. And trust me, when I do make it there, I'm taking you all with me, at least through my lens. Now let's go deeper because Highgate has another reputation as one of England's most haunted cemeteries. Back in the 1970s, newspapers were buzzing with reports of a vampire stalking the grounds, sightings described as a tall, dark figure with glowing red eyes. Animals were found drained of blood. Ghost hunters and occultists started showing up at night. Wow. It all climaxed with what the media dubbed the Highgate Vampire Hunt, where dozens of people broke into the cemetery by torchlight looking for the undead. Was it real? Was it hysteria? Or a publicity stunt? Or maybe even something darker? People today still report cold spots, ghostly figures, and feelings of dread. One story tells of a phantom cyclist vanishing into the trees. Another mentions a woman in white drifting through the gravestones. Would I go alone at night into Highgate Cemetery? Probably not. But in daylight, yeah, I'd risk it. Unless somebody wants to come with me at night. Do I have any takers? So here it is. I've explored a lot of cemeteries from Colma to Hawaii. But Highgate, that's the crown jewel. The Gothic gold standard. And for someone like me who lives and breathes this world of stone, shadow, and story, it's more than a destination. It's a pilgrimage. When I go, I want to walk slow. I want to take the tour of the West Cemetery, pay my respects to Marx, and maybe sit under that cedar tree at the Circle of Lebanon. And when I leave, I want to feel like the place left something with me, something old, something eternal. Definitely want to go, guys. This cemetery is, like I said, on the bucket list. I think though with the catacombs are there. I want to check out the catacombs. That's another tour. My sister has been over there, and she says it's pretty incredible. So, one time I told her one time I was going to go with her and her husband the next time they went over to the UK, but I don't know when they're going next. But like I said, guys, I'm working. I'm working on getting my passport in order. I do want to start traveling. I want to see some of these cool places. I want to see some places in the UK. I want to see some of the places in Italy. Where is it? Where was it? Argentina. There's other cemeteries there that look like they have some crazy, decrepit stuff. I mean, the door's wide open here. I just got to get the passport in order. Like I said, I've always been a domestic traveler. I've never really traveled internationally. So that's one thing I have to get in order is the old passport. All right, Crypt fam, that's it for this special episode on Highgate Cemetery, a place I've never seen but already feel haunted by. If you've been there and have stories, photos, or tips, send them in. Put them in the comment box. I want to feature your experiences in a future episode, possibly. And if you've never been, maybe this sparks something in you too. Let's add it to our shared bucket list. Until next time, keep one foot in the crypt and one eye on the unknown. I'm Tony, signing off for the Crypt Door Podcast. Stay strange, stay curious, and never stop exploring the dead. All right, guys, thank you all so much. You are all the best. Thank you all so much, and I'll talk to you later.